Yeah, no, the topic we were talking about before was about power levels and whatnot with, like, ceilings and what characters can do. And we were talking about Prydwen's tier list. Now, I've made my feelings about Prydwen known. I'm not a huge fan of their tier lists. Sure, they're a good indicator of where things might be, but they're very subjective and, personal opinion, not very factual most of the time. And in case anyone's curious, if you didn't see it, we did in fact pull Zhao Guang where she is.
Promise to tell me if anything's wrong, okay?
And we got lucky with this. The only reason I got her was because I wanted bonus, and I got bonus because, I'm the demographic. In fact, I've already made the meme before, and I'll show it again. I got Zhao Guang because, she's powerful, and I'm there. But it led to a great discussion, and I want to kind of rehash that a little bit. So, if we bring up here, let's talk about the changelog first of all. One thing in particular I wanted to mention here. Yeah, here we go. So, Yi Shunguang, Tier 0, the Void Hunter title is well deserved. So strong is she, I'm not going to say the full name, I keep fucking it up. But one could argue she deserved to debut in a tier of her own. Just do it, man. Just do it. We had the same argument. You'll notice you got two other tier lists. I tried saying this earlier. Let's use HSR as an example. Or like the example of the point I want to make. Now, back when Acheron released, she was undoubtedly tier 0. No other character came close to what she did in terms of damage, and I guess synergy to an extent. Mostly because a lot of CCs down, like, doom voted and kind of hyped up that you needed, what was it, E2? That wasn't really the case, it was just a lack of Nihility characters at that time. Now Nihility have some of the best, but digress. Now, she was tier 0 back then. And we also had Jing Liu, who was the previous best DPS at tier 0.5. Now that wasn't entirely accurate. It was more a case of Jing Liu would be in tier 1.5 and Acheron was tier 0. And you could argue, same with Hyacinth and Tribute for example, they should just be at the top of their respective tier list and everyone else is like a tier or 2 below. That's, is what it is. So we go here, scroll all the way down, you'll notice not only is there's 2 big changes. One, Yishuan is still there. That's not the change. You notice the change, tier 0, we have a new one, obviously. It's Zhao Guang. But they've changed it to Anomaly DPS. And they've moved Miyabe over. No expert tag, by the way. Because I believe if you play, if you play Miyabe well, she's still here, apex of apex. And it's the same with Wuthering Waves. And this isn't a Prydwen shitless video. I'm not going to shit on Prydwen. I get it. I'm thankful for Prydwen having a website like this. I think it's really great, very navigatable, and it's laid out in a format that's easy to digest. But you'll notice it's only like DPS hybrid support. Same here, crit DPS, anomaly DPS support. No room for stunners. Why can't... Light is not a support, it's a stunner. Now you could argue stun is a form of support, sure. It's wrong, but that's my opinion on that. It's not a fact that it's wrong, it's just my opinion. And this is all opinion based as well, by the way. It's like saying, oh, Yi Shunguang is just the best character in the game at the moment. It's not a fact, it's just heavily shielded towards her at the moment. Yeah, I still think Miyabe is the best character in the game, and not in terms of damage wise. Sure, you could argue she's fallen off, a lot of bosses and designs and enemies were meant to go against her. She can still raw dog it.
What did he say?
But she's easy to play. Same with Zhao Guang to an extent, she's easy to play. I've not tried her much, like I've said before, I've only just got her, not built her at all. But you see like a Banyue and Evelyn, they have expert tags. That's not to say, Banyu's worse than Zhao Guang. Or Banyu's worse than Miyabe. If you play Banyue really fucking nicely, like as an expert, he's going to perform insane. Just like Yidhari. I'd argue Yidhari is better than Miyabe. Unless, you're a really good Miyabe player. Miyabe's built really well. Exactly, the support column is going to get crowded so fast. It really is. But what I want to really focus down on, and let me try and remember the point I was making before. Let me scroll all the way up of this, because there's been a lot of chats. And if anybody wants to add anything in, by all means, you type it down. We'll get to it. I don't mind characters being easy to play. I would like a form of skill ceiling. Let's use Wuthering Waves as an example. Not as a comparison, as an example. Look at, for example, Ayuna. They have her in DPS and in hybrid. I believe you put them in one, and that's it. I don't agree with this both, because this kind of just seems like, oh, so she's better than an actual DPS, but she's not a DPS. No. They should have a separate section for stunners. It's like Star Rail, you've got amplifiers, sustainers, support DPS, DPS. They get more there. I'm pretty sure if I could go in any of these games. In fact, let's use an old channel favourite, Limbus Company. That's right, I am self-inserting, I'm inserting Limbus Company.
Say that again?
Into a video. Who could have seen that coming? We've done it here. Tank support, status specialist, damage dealers. So why can't ZZZ get one? Instead of anomaly DPS, she's a status specialist. I think that's probably better. There's no point having two forms of DPSs because, well, we're the same thing really when you think about it. All this is really done has said, hey, here are the best anomaly characters. But Miyabe's a DPS. Alice is a DPS. Vivian's not DPS. What do we think so far? Do we agree with that? Yeah, the crit scaling is a big factor as well. Miyabe is just a really fun, easy character to play. I say fun is a subjective term. Just because I have fun with Miyabe doesn't mean you will. You just want more horse. Who would be the horse? How would you fit a horse, actually? Where would the horse go?
Where, Dwight?
Seems like you already know where.
Well, we got a panda. That'd be cool.
Right.
I'm
Got a little
here.
bunny rabbit.
Need a hand?
Like Zhao's another good example. We talked about this earlier as well. If we go here, Zhao was free, but was she really free? By that I mean, they gifted out for free. And it's like, okay, that's cool. I don't have to. I can just focus on getting Zhao Guang. But Wenjins play a huge part in this as well. Because as good as Zhao is, I believe they have Zhao in, what was it, tier 0.5. And there's another thing as well. You'll notice something. If I hover over a character, Zhao, it just says tier 0.5. If I hover over a Wuthering Waves character, without signature, and with signature. Same with Galbrino, like tier 0, TOA signature, Whimpering Wastes signature. Why do we have that for everywhere else? Exactly, it's missing a lot. Like, you could look at this and go, okay, Zhao Guang, new character, released, brand new, okay, I'm going to get this character. And then wonder why in a few... People did the exact same thing for Hugo. Hugo released, totalized, this huge big thing. Wow, it's amazing. That's why his DPS potential was like right up here. Then he fell off. And now he's in tier 1. Because let's be honest, he does one thing really fucking nice. One thing amazingly well, and that's totalize. Everything else is just... Well, let Lycoan take over. Yeah, they should do the same with and without engines. Because I firmly believe Miyabe without the engine is a whole different character. I really do. There's a reason when she got a rerun, I, for the first time, spent money to get Miyabe and the engine. Because that's just how I think crucial it is. Without this, I believe... Or better yet, going back to the whole, rather than split it up, rather than the expert tag, it should just be Miyabe with Wenjin, tier 0. Miyabe without Wenjin, probably somewhere down here, and with an expert tag. Same with Yixuan. I would argue, a lot of these characters need HP Wenjins. I don't think the 4-stars... I don't think the 4-star Wenjins are good enough. Same with Wuthering Waves, actually. You look at the alternatives. You have the standard. I've got my... So my Linnae, right? I don't have her signature. I just have the standard banner new signature. Or new weapon, I should say. Still good. It's not as good. But it's there. ZZZ doesn't have that, in my opinion. There's a reason I got the... Yeah, there's a reason that if I got the Wenjin for Zhao
I'll give
Guang.
you a hand.
Because we go here. I don't really have anything else. I don't think these are good enough. But just whatever. Because they try to sell you the Wenjin. I get that. They try to sell it to you. Now, thankfully, Wuthering Waves do a great thing where it's 100% guaranteed. Unfortunately. And now, this is the one time I will look at the devs, you know, and say, this is a pretty shitty thing you've done. Not that I just go with the executives. But they've designed the signature weapons in such a way where you heavily, and I mean heavily, need them. There's also the FOMO too, you know. It's like, oh my god, this weapon's 100% guaranteed. Well, I've got to get that now. It's just that you're guaranteed to get it, so I guess there's a little bit less FOMO. As opposed to if we went to, like, oh no, my Yeesh one doesn't have her signature. She's now tier 0 1.5, you know, in your account. In fact, Burnus here, I don't have her Wenjin yet. I've got no good alternatives. I can't use Vit. Well, I probably could. No, I can't, but, you know, I can dream. But like Vivian's, I can't really use Vivian's much, because it's not the best in slot for Burnus. That's why I'm, you know what, let's just do this raw. Let's just do this live right now. Let's go and get Burnus's weapon. I've already got that. And I could do the same with Jane, I could do the same with Chingy, I could make arguments overall. But I've already done that in another video, which you'll probably see. Alright, let's just get that. There we go. We've done it, it's fine. My Burnus is now somewhat complete. I have to go level her up now. Because, like, this is fine. This is good. It reads nice. But that's going to do so much more and enable so much more. I will say, in its defense, you brought up an excellent point. Even though Wuthering Waves weapons are a lot more shield, I guess. Yeah, even though Wuthering Waves weapons are a lot more shield, we don't need them. Because the standard units are so much better. Well, I say better. But so much better than the alternative 4-star options. Let's be honest, there's got to be a clear difference between here's a 4-star weapon, here's a 5-star weapon. No good saying here's a 4-star weapon, here's a 5-star weapon. There's not much going to be difference there. The 2.5 event engine has a HP main stat with crit rate subs. Well, I wish I'd known that earlier. Fuck. Well, it's just, that's the argument I'm making. And that goes into these tier lists. And that's one thing you don't see a lot of with this. You don't see a lot of, well, where would they be without the Wenjin, without disk drives? You know, are they M1? Do they have any mindscapes? Are they, the weapons refined? Like, what weapons are they using? You lose out a lot on this. Same, well, maybe not with this. Maybe with Starro. With Starro, you use a lot more. Like cones, you basically need. Like, heavily. But at least Wuthering Waves, they do something at least. They do something like, okay, here's with SIG, without SIG. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's somewhere else, but I don't want to go for, like, about the tier list, because there's all this. You know, criteria roles. Because then we'll be here for quite a while. Then let's be honest. Do you like reading? I know I don't. Much. Yeah, Hugo winning without dialing. Well, dialing is a whole other topic. Dialing is a whole other mess in and of itself. She is fuckbusted, because that's another thing we don't tell you. Oh, dialing with the signature just does so fucking much. Which, once again, brings me back to here, support. She's not a support. She is a damage dealing, like, stunner. It's a good list. You're right, it's a good list. In fact, I'm going to use a ZZZ household name at this point. EO's basically said, this tier list is dog. I both agree and disagree. In fact, where was it before? Let me go find them. We were talking about Rins. They did a free-to-play tier list, right? And I'm just using this as a good example. It's 59 minutes of discussion. So you get to hear the feedback about why they've put things here where they have. Like, I agree with this to an extent. But I'm not going to go into this. This is just as an example. And you'll see people in the comments really complaining about it. But at least you get to hear the reasonings behind it. It's not just, yeah, here it is. Enjoy me, I was in tier 0.5. Where should we do actually? Hold up. Yeah, we talk about in the change logs. In fact, let's go find Miyabe's. If we were to evaluate Miyabe's power in isolation, she'd be an undisputed tier 0 character. However, the excessive amounts of anti-shield enemies, often lackluster or entirely absent anomaly buff selection, and ever-increasing anomaly threshold means that she has consistently underperformed in comparison to Yeesh 1. To the point Miyabe at times can't even keep up on some anomaly-oriented bosses like, well, that's just wrong. That's wrong, but that's my opinion. Just because I think it's wrong doesn't mean, like, it is wrong. You know what? I think I will do that. Because I'm curious about what he has to say. I like EO. Sure, he has some out there takes. You might not agree with him, but, you know, he speaks in a well thought out way. Yeah, it's good to hear why characters are in places they are. Not all characters perform the same after all. Exactly. Look at Hugo. Need I say more? In fact, if we're talking about this, I've just got rid of him. Yidhari. Now, Yidhari's in tier 0.5. Do you want to know why I think that is? I think it's for two reasons. One, you're pairing her with Lucia. But they don't mention that. They do with the changelogs, but once again, you're not reading the changelogs, you're not looking at it going, yes, indeed. I see it now. More often than not, here's how you do it, right? Here's how a normal Prydwen tier list goes. So you've just loaded up the ZZ webpage on Prydwen. Tier list. You're scrolling past that. Updated, who gives a fuck? Okay, tier 0, I'm going to go pull now. They don't do that, and I think it needs to be reflected a little bit more. At least here with Banyu, it's like a tier 0.5 with an expert tag. Otherwise, yeah, I'd agree, tier 1. Without, if you're playing Banyu, you know, kind of wrong, you're just kind of mashing buttons, not doing the combo strings, tier 1. Play Banyu well, tier 0.5. Maybe even tier 0, but that's a whole other thing. But Lucia is hard carrying Yidhari, let's not beat around that bush. Lucia is probably, well, not hard carrying Yishuan, but Yishuan is being carried a little bit by Lucia because she's that good. She is a support in that regard, man. I would argue, though, the only real support in this game is Astriam. Maybe Pan, because to me, a support heals. That's how I view a support. Maybe defense as well, because, you know, they keep you alive. In that case, Zhao does make sense. She's brand new. They just need more tags. Saphira, hi, how you doing? You're here at the end of this little, I guess, rant, I suppose. Yeah, I want to see more. I want more information delivered here. It's not that difficult, because they've done it with Wuthering Waves. And to be fair, put everyone in support. Everyone but Yidhari and Miyabe. Not Yidhari. Zhao Guang and Miyabe. Other than that, exactly, the all support killer you get to be. That's the perfect way of looking at it. Everyone's a support. But no, just to really end on this. This is probably the most accurate tier list they have. Just because, even though Augusta is in tier 0 and Carlotta's in tier 0.5, doesn't mean there's that much difference. Now, hear me out. I think Carlotta is the best DPS in Wuthering Waves. Now, you're probably thinking, well, why? Because she's easy to play. That's a big thing. That's why I think Yidhari's in tier 0.5. Not only because of the Lucia support, but because she's easy to play. You hold charge attack to take HP. You hit the enemy with charge attack. You press E to recover health. Rinse and repeat. So it's an ease of use to go in there as well. It's like Banyue and Evelyn. I don't know about Evelyn. Maybe I'm playing Evelyn wrong. But there's a clear difference between everyone in tier 0.5 or everybody without an expert tag in tier 0.5 and everybody with the expert tag. Because otherwise these two would be in tier 1. Let's not be around that bush. In fact, Haramasu he does have it. Never mind. I was going to say he deserves an expert tag, but he is still tier 1. So, yeah, I don't like squad buffs. They don't take into consideration squad buffs. In fact, let me go read that changelog just to make sure. I said that's fair, you know, moving it down, because she's not, you know, Yishun Guang tier. We got there in the end. You just put him in a different category then. Put him in a new... I think this was the biggest mistake they've ever done. I really do. I think we should have had like a hybrid section, a stun section, then support section. Release more tiers, because right now you're cluttering this up and it's a little bit dishonest. Yeah, that's how I put it, because there's no way Miyabe and Vivian are on the same tier. There's absolutely no way Alice and Miyabe are on the same tier. There's just not. Yeah, that's it. What's this? So you like it play easy for you? Yes and no. You don't even see obvious DPS. That's because she's not a DPS. She's a sub-DPS. She's like Vivian to me for Aftershock. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. That's a perfect way of looking at it. So that should just be like an anomaly tag. Anomaly mastery tag. Who knows? I think the tags need work. I think if you're a new player looking at this, don't take it at face value. Yeah, if you know nothing about ZZZ, it's the same with any game really. It's the same with Wuthering Waves as well. So, wow, are you the same level as Carlotta? No. Ayuno's a different beast. Ayuno is, without a doubt, the best character, well, at least single target-wise, the best character in Wuthering Waves. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. She does everything you fucking want. She really does. I think she's tier 0, but that's just me. But yeah, it implies a lot of like, wow, Off is the same as Yidhari. No, Yidhari's super fucking easy to play. Tier 0 tier 0.0, which is still 0 now I think about it, in terms of ease of use to, like, I just think it's dangerous to have a new player look at this and go, wow, at face value, this is great. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure as well, they say that. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Yeah, Phoebe, partner. We should do the same here. We should do the same for all the tier lists. For example, advanced partner, okay, but which partner? See, if you even do it on HSR, and yet I don't got a Zhao Guang Zhao. Let's be honest, right? Zhao Guang is tied to Aether Veil. Now, I believe there are 3 characters currently who do Aether Veil in ZZZ. That is Yidhari, Lucia, and now Zhao. But it's not reflected there that she needs Aether Veil to get access to part of her kit. Because I don't believe she has Aether Veil in her own kit. Maybe. I have an house where we could read that, but this video has been on for quite a while now. And my voice is getting kind of tired of trying to pronounce Zhao... Yi Shug...
I said, ooh, come on, baby, turn the lights on.
Okay. God, I fucking hate that name. I can't pronounce it for the life of me. Oh, should she have the Aether Veil? Okay. Okay, ignore that entire point then. Long story short, she's a good character. But make sure you understand the game first, I guess. Is what I'm trying to say. And just be careful. Just because she's being shoved in your face doesn't mean, you know, she's tier 0. I mean, she is, but... Lem dies. That's a spoiler for later on. Oh, shh. You'll see in 2026. I've got a big 2026 planned up. It's me dying to Burness's fires. Sorry, Evelyn's fires. Yeah, big shout out to Evelyn's fires, by the way. Love them. Yeah, what do you think about tier list? This wasn't meant to be like a tier list rant, but I guess we did kind of rant about tier lists in the end. What do you think? Because I'll kind of agree. The tier list is dog because it doesn't offer a lot of information. It just says, pictures on screen, here you go, here's where they are. We'll get a new dedicated support for YSG. Well, we do already. In fact, we were given that support for free.
I'll show you my real value
Right here. And I'm pretty sure, like, even without a partner, Zhao Guang's going to be insane. Jigulation, now, we're accepting. That's a funny fucking word, jigulation. Yeah, lightest to support. He's not. He's a stunner. Who's good at stunning, same with dialing, but very support, obviously. Yeah, tiers are good and bad at the same time. I can't find one that's perfect. The only perfect tier list, clearly, is mine whenever I make one. Other than that, you know, go out there, do your research, don't blindly listen to everybody, don't read something and go, well, I need this now. Just listen to me, your old buddy 11. Yeah? Don't actually do that, I'm a bit stupid at times. And by times, I mean quite frequently. That's how it goes, I'm a Burness fan, come on. How stupid can you be? You can hear that song in the background creeping up at you now, can't you? You know the one. That being said, let me know how you found Zhao Guang, all the characters. Is your favourite character in tier 0? Do you disagree with Prydwen? Do you agree they should, you know, add more information? Or make information more accessible without having to scroll through all this? Because let's be honest, you're not going to sit down, read all this and go, ah, yes, finally, I understand everything now about all the changes and why the fuck is Miyabe in tier 0.5? Best tier list, exactly, we're going to end it on that. Best tier list is those who you like and those who you don't. And clearly, they don't like Miyabe. So we should burn Ignore that. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and I guess I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Don't ask me why I'm so bright, actually, now I think about it. Hold up. I'm less bright, but I look more mad now. Fuck.